Today I really want to work with this knit fabric. I've been dreaming of turning this into a really fun kimono style oversized sweater. What I'm going to do first is actually cut off the salvage edge. That way I only have just the pattern itself. By the way, this fabric was about $3.50 because right now it's 6.8, so 6 times 3 is 18. So 20, you know, that's the easy math. So about $3 for all this cool ass fabric. Alright, so I'm opening up my tracing kit because for this I folded the fabric in half lengthways, and then I folded it in half this way. I'm going to cut this like this, but I want to make sure that I have my sleeves at the right point. I do want them to be a little bit slouchy, so I know that this fabric on its own is pretty long, so hold on. I'm going to grab my tape measure. I know that I'm going to cut off a little bit of this excess at the top because my shoulders, if I look, that's not the right way, my shoulders to my arm is 29, so that's perfect. And then I'll just cut a diagonal like this, and then I'll keep the sleeves here and go around. But first things first, I want to make sure I cut this exactly the way I want by marking it like this with my marking utensil. Can I see it? No! It's not even there! Oh, nothing's happening. Oh, this would be a perfect time to use my rotary cutter. Push this down, make sure everything's straight. It wasn't straight, but it's okay. We'll just keep going. Oh, my table. Whoops. Apparently my rotary blade is not as sharp. I need a new blade. Cannot cut through all the layers, so I'm just gonna do it myself. Cut. Now that's perfect. I need to serge 2 pieces of that together. This cut diagonally this way because this is where I want my sleeve to actually be, and this will also be my neckline. So now I'm just going to unfold it, sew this down and then this side down, and then cut open the front and then hem the opening. Do you see this machine? It's intense. It's got 4 cones of string. There's purple, gray, this is gray, and this is tan and blue. Why? Because these are the cones that I put in, and it will help me put this together. And this is what we call a serger or an overlock. You cannot use your needles on this. You cannot sew over it because this little doohickey right here is actually a scissor and will cut off your fabric when you use it. So, do you have an overlock? And you should, if you don't, you should totally get one. See, it's already cutting off right there. So with this extra, I think I really want my sleeves to be super baggy, so I'm going to use the extra bit, make a little cuff, and fold it over and just sew it together. The first way I'm going to do that is make sure that I combine 2 pieces here at the end, and then I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to sew it together. Alright, so I'm going to take the edges and put it underneath my presser foot, making sure that they're all aligned. Okay. And then we're going to put the pedal to the metal. Wow, that didn't work at all. Great. That's how I like to make my cuffs. I join together the edges, and so this one's already joined together. I like to fold it over, and then I start at the seam here, making sure that they're already aligned, and I take it to my sewing machine. I'm currently using my serger because this is a knit fabric. I don't really need to bust out my workhorse. Now I just go ahead and bring this to start. Yay! And that's how I start making my cuffs. You can already see it's already together at the same seam, so it's very professional and not misaligned when I flip it. I've folded it in half. I'm going to start at the bottom and make a quick snip. This is going to be the bottom. Now I'm going to go back to the top. Make sure I connect the dots here. Make a quick snip. And that way it's even. So now that that is there, I can kind of align my fabric and move my sewing machine out of the way. Now that I've gotten it cut on both edges, I have it perfectly here. I'm just going to cut down the fold. Ta-da! And this is the finished robe. I could wrap it around like this or something. It's such a unique fabric. I think it's really loud. What do you guys think? Very cozy. And I can just wear it open. I'm loving it. This is so fun.